Hello, my friend. Can you believe that wild boars are now wreaking havoc in Mississippi? Don't miss this video to discover how the locals are fighting back against these invaders. Nestled along the mighty Mississippi River, the state of Mississippi was once known as a peaceful countryside with vast fields and a simple way of life. However, this tranquility is now threatened by aggressive wild boars, whose numbers are increasing and causing significant damage to crops. Unable to stand idly by, the farmers here have resolved to fight back. They have hired professional hunters and utilized modern aircraft, turning the skies over Mississippi into a battleground against the wild boars. In your opinion, what are the causes of the wild boar invasion? The population explosion and habitat loss are considered the main reasons for the destructive behavior of wild boars. Due to the rapid increase in their numbers, natural food sources are insufficient, forcing wild boars to search for food elsewhere. Deforestation and resource extraction have reduced their habitat, pushing them closer to residential areas. Notable among wild animals, wild boars have an incredible reproductive rate. Sows can become pregnant twice a year, with each litter averaging 6-8 piglets. Leads to a rapid increase in the wild boar population in the wild. The fast reproduction rate of wild boars poses a significant challenge to population management and control. Their high adaptability to various environmental conditions makes controlling wild boars even more difficult. To tackle this issue, the state of Mississippi has placed its trust in hunting as a solution. But unlike traditional hunting methods, the authorities have used aircraft for hunting. In the vast sky, a light plane stirs the air, carrying a team of experienced hunters embarking on an intense hunting journey. On the ground, wild boar herds panic, scrambling to escape the professional pursuit of the aerial sharpshooters. Using aircraft not only enhances the sense of adventure and thrill, but also provides hunters with an opportunity to target large herds of wild boars. This method significantly improves hunting efficiency, ensures hunter safety, and contributes to effectively controlling the wild boar population. After months of research and experimentation, farmers have transformed drones from a novel tech gadget into a powerful tool for agricultural production. In the cornfields, The close cooperation among farmers has significantly promoted the use of drones. Farmers proudly showcase the role of drones in assisting them and farm owners in their efforts to preserve and control the wild boar population. Do you know how much damage wild boars cause to the U.S. government each year? According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the damage caused by wild boars amounts to a staggering $2.5 billion annually. The main reasons are their destructive habits towards crops, property, and habitats. The rapid reproduction and high adaptability of wild boars make them a serious threat to the native ecosystem. Without timely measures, the damage caused by wild boars will continue to increase, negatively impacting the environment and the economy. Wild boars, originally from the continents of Asia, Europe, and North Africa, are now present worldwide. They have spread beyond their native range to many other areas, including North and South America. However, in these new territories, wild boars have become an invasive species, causing significant problems. The presence of wild boars creates serious environmental and economic issues. They compete for food and habitat with native animals, disrupting the ecological balance. Controlling wild boars must be done carefully to minimize negative impacts and protect biodiversity. Using aircraft to hunt wild boars is considered the most effective method today. With its comprehensive scanning ability, aircraft can cover large areas, minimizing the chances of wild boars escaping and causing further damage. Hunters, with the aerial advantage, can easily control the hunting area, ensuring effective management of wild boar populations. Importantly, hunting wild boars by aircraft is conducted humanely and strictly adheres to local regulations. Leave a comment with the number 1 if you support this method. All counties in the United States are suffering severe consequences from the invasion of wild boars. This invasion not only causes annual damage to crops, but also threatens the environmental balance and economy of the region. The dense presence of wild boars everywhere poses a threat to agricultural productivity, biodiversity, and the sustainable development of local communities. This urgent issue demands attention and rigorous management measures to prevent invasion and protect natural resources. Hunting wild boars by airplane is a perfect combination of advanced technology and professional skills, providing an effective solution to this pressing issue. Equipped with cameras, guns, and tracking devices, the aircraft allows pilots to fly low, identify wild boars, and accurately shoot them. This method not only expands visibility, but also enables the elimination of a large number of wild boars in a short period. This unique combination not only delivers high efficiency, but also demonstrates modernity and innovation in addressing the challenge of wild boar hunting. Many Americans are gradually embracing wild boar meat, turning it into a unique dish on the family dining table. In fact, some restaurants have also added wild boar meat to their menus, attracting diners with its robust flavor and chewier texture compared to domestic pork. As a rich source of vitamin B12, iron, and zinc, wild boar meat offers a fresh and nutritious culinary experience. However, ensuring food safety requires careful and professional processing of wild boar meat. Next, let's talk about the banteng, also known as the wild ox, which is a species of wild cattle deeply associated with the Southeast Asian region. They typically inhabit lowland areas where open forests and expansive grasslands create ideal conditions for their free-ranging grazing habits. However, the distribution range of the banteng is not limited to Southeast Asia. Due to migration and human introduction, Banteng can now be found in several other countries around the world. Banteng cattle gather in herds ranging from 5 to 20 individuals. After a gestation period of about 9 months, the mother gives birth. Usually, one calf is born at a time, and in the early stages of life, it requires careful care from its parents. The Banteng, dubbed the Asian unicorn, has a large and wild appearance. Although they are generally gentle and rarely aggressive toward humans, their encroachment into residential areas is a concerning issue with many potential risks. Even though they only appear occasionally, Banteng can cause significant damage to gardens, especially vegetable plots. Additionally, coexisting with Banteng also carries the risk of spreading diseases to livestock and other wildlife. How are Australian farmers facing the challenge of Banteng encroachment? Australian farmers are striving to find solutions to the encroachment of Banteng, a large and potentially dangerous wild animal. Instead of focusing solely on eradication, they are employing a variety of strategies, notably including the domestication and raising of Banteng. Prevention is also key in managing Banteng. They build fencing systems to prevent Banteng from accessing livestock and pastures, helping farmers minimize the risks that Banteng can pose to their economy. In contrast to the gentle nature of Banteng, wild horses are known for their unruly and wild behavior. Instead of roaming the vast fields, herds of wild horses often appear on roads, causing considerable trouble for traffic and instilling fear in commuters. Originating in the late 18th century, wild horses set foot in Australia and quickly adapted to diverse environments, from vast grasslands to expansive prairies and even arid deserts. With their large stature and coats ranging from jet black and deep brown to pale yellow, Australian wild horses captivate visitors with their wild beauty and vitality. To curb the increasing population of wild horses, the Australian government has implemented a trap and live release strategy. In this strategy, people use helicopters to herd the wild horses into prepared traps. Thanks to this method, capturing entire herds of wild horses has become more effective than ever before. So, what happens to these wild horses after they are captured? Let's explore their next journey together. Wild goats are currently a serious issue in Australia, especially in New South Wales, where their population exceeds 5.8 million. This invasive species is considered a significant threat to over 100 native animal species. Therefore, the Australian government views goat hunting as a legal and necessary measure to control their numbers and protect the ecosystem. Wild goats in Australia are descendants of domestic goats that became feral after being introduced into the native environment. Their outstanding feature is their extraordinary reproductive capability, with each female goat capable of breeding and giving birth year-round. On average, each litter of wild goats can produce up to 3 offspring. Thanks to this, their population grows rapidly, concentrated mainly in areas such as New South Wales, Queensland, and South Australia. The skyrocketing numbers of wild goats in Australia are painting a grim picture for the local ecosystem and environmental infrastructure. This invasive species is considered a serious threat to many native plant and animal species, as they brazenly compete for food resources and push other species onto the brink. In Australia, wild goat meat is not only a food source, but also a unique ingredient in some local dishes. However, the consumption of wild goat meat varies, depending on the region and personal preferences. Many people choose to enjoy wild goat meat because it is considered a natural and sustainable food source, especially in areas dealing with the challenge of controlling their population and the environmental impact of this species. Instead of hunting, some Australians choose to domesticate and raise wild goats. However, this is not a common practice because taming and raising wild goats require special care due to their wild nature and different behavior compared to domestic goats. Nevertheless, goat farms that raise wild goats can provide high-quality meat and milk products. Some farms are managed according to safety and sustainability standards, contributing to environmental protection. Wild sheep, a familiar animal species, share many similarities with wild goats, notably their exceptional ability to adapt to diverse habitats ranging from lush green pastures to rugged mountains and arid deserts. Their habitats span across the globe, with significant concentrations in Australia, New Zealand, and various regions of Europe. A standout feature of wild sheep is their impressive reproductive capability, enabling rapid herd growth if not effectively controlled. Perhaps you didn't know that wild sheep possess a distinctive appearance compared to their domesticated counterparts, commonly seen on farms. They are notable for their large curved horns and sleek fur, giving them a wild and robust appearance. Surprisingly, Australia is home to over 60 million wild sheep, a massive number that poses significant challenges in terms of management and ecological balance. To control the population of wild sheep exceeding permissible limits, the Australian government has allowed citizens to engage in hunting activities, provided they have a valid license. However, this task is far from easy because wild sheep often inhabit rugged and challenging terrain such as high mountains, making movement and tracking extremely difficult. Nevertheless, these challenges do not deter the spirit of hunters. In fact, some even choose to collect the large curved horns of wild sheep as trophies or for decoration. Alongside wild sheep, wolves also pose a persistent threat that farmers always face. Today, this species is found in almost every state in the United States, except Hawaii, and is renowned for its extraordinary adaptability to environmental changes. With the ability to thrive in harsh living conditions and few natural predators, the wolf population continues to increase steadily, placing significant pressure on agricultural activities and the local ecosystem. The hunting activities of wolves primarily occur at night. Thanks to the cover of darkness, they become more daring and often approach livestock farms to search for food. Wolves typically prey on small animals such as rabbits, mice, birds, or even carrion. This is the time when wild wolves reveal their predatory nature and become a serious threat to the safety of cattle and livestock on farms. According to statistics, up to 117,000 livestock animals fall victim to attacks by wild wolves each year. This alarming figure makes the wild wolf one of the most damaging wild animals to the livestock industry. To minimize the negative impact of wild wolves on agriculture and control their rapidly increasing population, most states have allowed year-round wolf hunting without time restrictions. Enforcing this measure aims to protect rural areas from the damages caused by wild wolves to cattle and other livestock. Hyenas are wild animals that are causing concern among people due to the threats they pose to the community. Belonging to the Canidae family, hyenas are also known as Indo-Chinese jackals. They are aggressive predators, with a diverse diet ranging from large prey such as deer and antelope to rabbits, chickens, and other small mammals. The hyenas were taken down with just one shot. So what caused them to suffer such a tragic end? Let's explore the mystery behind it in the next video. Remember to follow for the answer and see me in the next videos.